WB6JNP, course gold.
Okay, 6MI 711.
WB6JNP, course gold.
I got course gold and Fresno checked in.
Kilo 6 Victor Bravo Golf 971. K6MYC, K6VBG 971.
I don't think he's here yet, Dave. Kilo Golf 6, Charlie Echo Fox. Good evening.
Boy, good evening, Dale. You guys doing okay without me on Sunday night there?
It's just me and Ronnie, as usual.
Yeah, I ran about 20 minutes late.
Well, if you came out there, you might have just missed us, because we stayed out there and BS'd a little while. I was seeing if the doc was going to show up. He said he was going to try, but he didn't make it.
Yeah, I showed up, but you guys were gone.
Yeah, okay, well, anyway. But we're going to keep on keeping on, so.
Roger.
And you've got JNT locating course
You running this net tonight, Dave? KJ6TYO 1009 checking in.
Boy, good evening, Ronnie.
There's no one to check into, Ronnie.
I checked in with Dave.
Oh, well, okay.
Okay, we'll proxy you for last Sunday.
Oh, I was there.
Or we'll proxy you for next Sunday.
All right.
KM6SR, I'm listening. I got you all checked in. Haha.
What net? This net, or that net, or another net?
This net, check me in. we're all checking in with each other. K6USY.
Well, Rob's here now. Hi, Rob. I heard you.
Good evening, Aaron.
Thank you, Daryl. Got you checked in. Got Dave in. Got Ron in. Let's see. And I got Aaron and Brittany.
Put down K6MI John. We'll see if he's still in there. You still around, John?
Roger, 711, K6MI.
Roger. Got you, John.
Good evening, Rob.
Good evening, Dave. I don't know where I'm pointed, but I'm hearing you good. Usually I can barely hear you.
Yeah, you know, I haven't done anything to it. Must be the weather.
Yep, nothing else. Blame it on the weather. Haha.
Yeah, they're all blaming on Trump.
There's the whistle.
I heard it.
There's a bat we've been waiting for.
Yeah, sorry I'm late. I was trying to finish up 2 carne asada tacos, and I just, they were so good I wasn't going to leave it.
Oh, that's a good excuse.
Sir, we don't need you now, Rob. Rob's taking care of it.
Okay.
Pizza at the station. That's what you got to do.
What was that?
I'm eating pizza sitting here at the station. You got to do that, too. If you're going to keep quesadillas.
Yeah, unfortunately, the dinner's in the house and the shack. The 2-meter system's in the barn.
Oh, well.
Okay, so I got a pretty good list here already. But Rob, why don't you run down what you got?
Okay. 1079, 1100, 432, 971, 982, 1009, and 711.
Okay, I had all but 3, so we're good. All right, good evening, guys.
KK6ZKE.
And there's another one, 704. Hi, Terry.
Good evening, everyone. Just enjoying being inside and not out of the heat.
Landlord came down and we serviced the swamp floor, and it's working good.
Thank you to Ron down there on 009. Good evening, Ron.
Good evening, Mike.
And Dave up there, 971. Good evening, Dave. You're early. I'm not hearing the LA guys very well, but I got a lot of frying noise in here, so I'm hearing that. My solar inverter of my neighbors. Now I can get rid of some of that with the blanker. That's good. And good evening, Aaron, and your cohort, Brittany, and you're doing a good job, Rob. Over.
Okay, thanks, Mike. Haven't done anything, really.
So let's see here. I'm pointed down south. I don't know if we're ever going to hear KB6RQU. You've never gotten a phone call back from him in the last couple of weeks, have you, Rob?
Nope, I haven't. I should probably leave a message this time talking about his equipment that I'm going to try to sell at the swap Saturday.
Oh, you got some of his equipment?
Yeah, one thing that nobody really wanted to buy, he was going to give it to me when I bought the other thing from him, but I said, I don't need that. Why don't we get you some money for it? So that's what we're doing.
Okay, what is it?
It's a microphone kind of equalizer box. MFJ made it, a couple $100 new, and it just makes the sound of your mic in better shape, I guess. Lets you tweak it like an equalizer.
Yeah, Roger. Okay.
Hey, Rob, I want that.
Okay. My only problem is I got to see what I do with it. I looked today, but I didn't look everywhere yet.
Well, don't worry about it too much because you ain't going to take it to the swap.
Okay. What's it worth to you?
Oh, I don't know. We'll figure that out. I don't have any money for another week, but that's actually what, I've been looking to buy one of those. You can pay anywhere from $25 to $300, just depends.
Yeah, this one was new, was I think about 200 or something from MFJ. I've got all the paperwork as soon as I find it. I was thinking about half, maybe 100 or best offer, I'm guessing.
I might be able to scrape up $40.
Okay, well, that's the best offer.
Well, we'll figure it out later. Just don't take it to the swap.
Okay, I got to find it, but I'll be still looking.
Okay, let's see if Ben is down there. I haven't heard Ben now for a week or so. Ben, are you with us tonight? N6SWR, Bakersfield, K6MYC. No, Ben.
KE6VON 1040.
Well, there he is. I was thinking about you, but I never can keep your days straight in my head. But I guess you had Tuesday. I thought you had Monday, Tuesday, and then you were back here Wednesday. Was that it?
Yeah, work Monday, Tuesday, off today. And Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday this week I'm off.
Okay, well, we've got your 1040.
Copy that. Thank you, sir.
You betcha. Now let's try again. KB6RQU. KB6RQU or N6SWR or anybody down south all the way to the Mexican border and beyond. If you're copying, come on in and give us a Bozo number, K6MYC, Central California, Northern California Bozo Net. Oh, boy, that's a terrible QRM. I didn't get anybody.
Yeah, I haven't heard the LA guys at all. Usually I hear a little bit down in there, even when they're vertical.
WA6AJ727.
Oh, good evening, Mike, and how about your cohort?
I need to check him in remotely. He's either eating, sleeping, or both eventually.
Okay, I got 800 in remote.
10 for it. He said he'll be here tomorrow.
Okay.
Hey, Mike, AJ, I thought Bill was going on vacation there. He's supposed to be all rested up, not tired out.
No, he took a trip down to Nevada and back overnighter, and he got back late, so everything's running late. Dinner, and when I called him around 7, he was half asleep. So there you go.
Okay, well, at least he's thinking about us.
Yep.
Well, I know that Ron, W6QUI, is not going to be there tonight, he said specifically. I think this is the third Wednesday of the month, so he's missing the first and the third, and this happens to be it. So we won't hear him, so there's very little point to go toward a Tascadero. We're missing K6MTA, case WA6OIB. We're missing a KG6KH. What the heck's John's call over there? I've forgotten it. He's been quiet for a couple of weeks now. What's going on? Clovis there, KG6J QHK, I think it is. Well, okay, and then up on the other direction we've got Mike, W6 Tango Echo, Papa Echo, W6PE. He's up in Oakhurst, but I haven't heard him off the back of the beam yet. Mike, are you in there yet? And he should be able to hear me off the back of the beam regardless of whether he's vertical or horizontal. And we haven't heard Dane, WB6JNP or KM6HK Dan. So we're a little light tonight. But there is a lot of stuff going on. I guess the big beautiful bill is coming up sometime in the next 2 or 3 days. They said they might even vote on it late tonight or early in the morning, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think they're going to push it off, as Congress always does, just before they're ready to leave for vacation.
Yeah, even if they vote on it then.
What's that?
I said even if they vote on it then, they may not. I'm betting they're not going to vote on it before they go away.
Well, they should. They've got they're very, very close, and I know they'd like to get it wrapped up before the Memorial Day. So they really want to get it finished up before Monday and not get it into June.
Well, let's hope so. I hope they don't have to give away the store, so to speak.
Hey, Mike.
Yes, Aaron.
Yeah, put down 107. He was in here before the net. I heard him put his call sign out, so put down 107.
USL 107's listed.
You got to get your course gold numbers up before you go to the Bay Area.
Well, I listed them already, so they check in randomly because they know they can get to me anytime here. We're not that far apart.
Yeah, what's Frank doing, Mike?
Well, Frank has had a tooth pulled 2 days ago, and I think he was still under the weather today. Tomorrow is he's got to stay home, and I've got to be into town all day long tomorrow with hearing aid repair, upgrades and an eye appointment. So I'm going to be out of town tomorrow, so to speak, or in town. And then, but I don't know what Frank's doing radio-wise. He's got lots of stuff going. But the teeth, the right thing is right now taking precedence because he's finally going to get new teeth. He's been working on this for about 3 years. It's gone on and off and on and off about 4 times. Finally, it's really happening now. So I know he's anxious to get that done.
Yep, that's very key to the quantity you can eat.
Is he going to get dentures or implants?
Well, I'm not sure. Judy asked me about that. I don't think it's going to be implants. I think it's going to be some kind of a half and half denture. I don't know just how exactly they're doing it these days, but it's something that's quite. They have to take a fitting for his whole mouth, and it's going to be like dentures, like your old-fashioned dentures. But I think they've got some new tricks they play.
Well, I need a bridge in the lower front, and I'd like to get implants, but I'm afraid that's not going to happen. You know where to go and get that stuff done is in Mexico.
Yeah. Well, I've got 3 implants, but each one of them costs $3,500 by the time you start to process, pull the tooth, go through the whole rigmarole. You're into it for $3,500. So they're not cheap, but for all practical purposes, I can't tell the difference now that they're in, and they're very good.
Well, for that kind of money, they better be. You sure they're not gold-plated, huh?
Well, teeth are a very important part of your body, and a lot of people, because if you don't have your teeth in there, your jaw changes shape, and your face changes shape, and all sorts of things goes on, not to mention all the other bio-type things that go on with gum infections or lack of, and so on and so forth. So your teeth and the health of your teeth and your mouth is extremely important. It's hard to put a value on it. It's like eyes.
Well, you know what, Mike, you're absolutely right.
Yeah, I've got 2 of them. I think they ended up costing around $2,600. I had insurance pay a fair portion of it, KM6SRR.
Yeah, well, that's good. My insurance didn't cover it, but I wasn't too worried about it at the time. And now I don't expect to have too many more, but one by one, if you spread them out a year apart, it's not a big deal. Anyway, let's see. One more call for Ron, for Ben down there, and anybody else in Southern California. They may have canceled the net for the Memorial Day week. I don't know. I haven't heard a peep down there. But maybe it's a different guy calling the net. We may not have any propagation. N6SWR. Ben, where are you? K6MYC in the group. Ben's not there. I'm going to go to Santa Cruz, guys.
Contact for the old fart frequency?
The old farts on 40 meters?
No, the one's right here. Hello, Mike. K6MTS 680. All that tooth talk.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, this is Medicine City, Dr. Valley, and who knows what here. Geriatric time here.
226 is here too.
Uh-oh, there's an old fart.
Hey, watch your tongue. Hello there, Mark.
Hello, Ken. Hey, Ken, did you... When I just checked in on CW Net earlier. All I can do is bang out my call sign, but I checked in, and at one point, John KEP was coming back, and I thought he gave your call sign. I'm cheating by reading my little KX2. Did you check into CW Net on the 10-meter net earlier?
No, I just got in from dinner. Yeah, we got the family over here, the grandkids and everything, so we just finished dinner, and I just ran out here.
Okay, because I didn't hear you either, and I think he got my hack job on the paddles there mixed up. Anyway, we'll get it. He'll probably be on his count 1 high for the CW Net count anyway. Anyway, yeah. Good to hear you too. And real quick, Mike, yeah, my wife's going through stuff, and I don't know if it's implants, it's got to be something else. But I mean, she's got her insurance, she's got my insurance, and she's still paying like $9-10 grand out of pocket for some of this stuff. She's just got all this crazy work going on, and it can be really, really expensive. Over.
Even if you have laser work done for gum disease and stuff like that, it's about 14 grand, $7 grand for the upper, and $7 grand for upper and $7 grand again for the lower. So even that's expensive. That's brutal.
Yeah, but you're right. Without it's quality of life, man. Without it, I mean, good luck. Along with just all the stuff, the face changing and everything, you can't eat what you want to eat, you know. Anyhow, all right, I will. I'm gonna get this thing tuned up here for our 10-meter phone net here in a bit. Thanks for checking me in, Mike. K6MTF.
Yeah, very good, Mark. Good to hear you. And you're early, that's why. I'm not used to you coming in this early to the Old Farts Net. Let's see, how can we change that Bozo name to Old Farts?
Only old farts know who Bozo was.
Old farts are bozos, aren't they? Heard that. Who was that? I need a relay. Anybody copy that station?
Heading to 10 meters, WE60IB. I'll be back.
Okay. Well, I can swear I pointed at about 270. Can you look at the trace there, Aaron, and tell me I'm pointed at west?
745 is here.
What's that?
745 is here. KN6 FZH.
Okay, I thought you were giving my heading. Kilo November 6, Foxtrot Zulu Hotel, is it?
Correct. Hi, Rob.
Good to hear you on there, Eli. I think I'm at a double parser with my KM6SR standing by.
Good to hear you too.
It's been so long since you checked in. Is it Rob? Is that the name, or Ron?
Eli.
Eli. Oh, Eli. Okay. Now I know who you are. Sorry about that, Eli. Okay. You're checking in from your grandpa's place there. Good deal. Good to hear you. At 7:45, right?
That's correct.
Okay, we got you, and good to have you in here, Eli. I'm pointed over toward the Bay Area now, so I'm looking for KW6 Sugar, KW6S. Tom, if you're there.
K6MYC, KW6S, 610, and I am here.
And we've got you. And we hope we have Lee in here tonight too. So let's hope that he decided to get on and fire up the station again. There, we haven't heard him for a week or so. Anyway, it's very nice and warm over here, toasty. And I think 90. We got to about 90, maybe a tad more. I didn't do a lot of outside work today. I got interrupted, and we didn't even get started. We got going on. What we thought was, and they still are, very important blogs with new information about Biden's illness and perhaps Biden's clone, his double. We saw some pictures of the double leaving the stage, peeling the mask off over.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I know when I was in Albania, the former president was, or dictator, or whoever he was, had died, but at least he had at least one surgically altered double still running around, but he was trying to hide.
Yeah, Seems to be the thing now. It seems like there's quite a few people with clones, one form or another. Anyway, this was funny because you could see the guy as he was walking off the stage. He reached for his neck and he started to peel the mask off, and his thing was coming loose underneath the chin, and it was quite obviously it wasn't the face that we were looking at. Well, we were looking at that face, not the one underneath the mask. Over.
Well, yeah, there's probably a lot of things in our past we'd best not know about.
Well, we kind of knew about it, but it was the first time they'd had evidence that it was a mistake by the guy, whoever it was that was playing Biden. He couldn't wait another 3 seconds, and he would have been behind the curtain. But apparently it was bothering him, and it felt like it was coming off probably, and he felt like he had to grab it and readjust it or push it back. He tried to put his chin back together, and it was just very funny to watch. Anyway, you never know. You know, there's some people that think Biden died in 2019.
Well, I don't know. I wasn't keeping track. But yeah. Yeah, there's... Lenny Bruce used to do a thing back in the mid-'60s about them hiring somebody to be, I think, Kennedy at the time, and he says, but he was a comedian, and once he got the applause, he had to go for the encore and blew the whole thing up.
Yeah. Well, of course, there was a movie a long time ago. I can't remember who was in it, but it was called Face Off. And so you saw quite a few of these plastic or rubber faces that were quite really realistic looking. And I'm sure that's been perfected over the years. So we understand. I'm hearing it from a number of different sources, not just one source, that there's a lot of that going on. And the people you think are dead aren't, and the people that are dead are still alive by osmosis. And enough of that. Ken just took off. Otherwise, I would pass it to him, but I think Mike is here. So let me turn it over to Mike, and Rob are here, and maybe Mike can hear you, and perhaps Rob can get through you too as well. So Mike, take a transmission there. WA6AAJ with KW6S, K6MYC. Oh, Mike's gone already. That was quick. Maybe he went over to 10 meters. Anybody else here copying Tom in Santa Cruz? Nobody's jumping out of the woodwork. They're all over on 10 meters checking in. Why don't we see if we got Lee in here? Lee, are you copying? Alpha Foxtrot 6 United, K6MYC in the group, over.
Roger, K6MYC, AF6 United, I am here.
I just pointed Tom's way, Mike, so I'm not sure if I'm hearing him tonight or not, over.
Yeah, well, Lee just popped in underneath. You apparently aren't hearing Lee. Good big booming signal here, Lee, but Rob's apparently either not turned right or isn't hearing you. Anyway, good evening, and we're missing you the last week or so, so give us an update, Lee, over.
Oh, yeah, nothing new, nothing much new here. Just went up to Vancouver, Washington to visit my son for a week and kind of, get the lay of the land up there and see what everything is like at his new home and how he's enjoying his new job. And everything seems to be humming right along. He and the family seem to all be enjoying their new roles and all of the new people that they're meeting and whatnot, and so it's been turning out really well for them, and I'm really happy for them. But I'll tell you what, I'm really glad to be back here. AF6 United, back to you. K6MYC. Oh, and Bozo 1098.
I got your Bozo 1098. Thank you, Lee. Tell me again where you went. You told me before you left, and we forgot. Both Tom and I forgot, and so we've been calling you and wondering where you were, but now I remember you told us you were going to be gone for a week or so. Where did you go again?
Well, it was Vancouver, Washington, just over the border from Portland, and the town, I think, is called Mount Vista, and it's near another town called Battle Battleground, which I thought was quite an interesting little area, relatively rural community. Most of the places seem to be on fairly large chunks of land. I mean, nothing like 30 or 40 acres or 100 acres or anything like that, but, 5, 10 acres, that sort of thing. Get close enough, I mean, probably a half an hour from Vancouver, so that you could be in the big city and walking the shoreline and going to all the fancy restaurants when you want to, and otherwise just be kicking back at home. That sounds real good to me.
Yeah, well, it's kind of rainy and wet up there at this time of year. I know that you must have experienced at least one or two very wet, cloudy, overcast days, didn't you?
Well, the days are I would call the layer broken most of the time, so there's puffy cumulus clouds, sometimes thicker than others, I mean, closer together than others, but for the most part, it'd drizzle for a few minutes, and then it would go away, and then we'd have sunshine for 15 minutes or a half an hour, and, it was off and on like that most of the time. One or two of the afternoons, it would kind of clear out, and it would be nice and sunny for several hours, and we'd sit out on the patio, we did a barbecue and that sort of thing, and it was quite pleasant. There was only one day, we were there for 7, there was only one day where it was actually raining, and that was even only for a couple of hours during the day, and otherwise I found it quite pleasant.
Well, that sounds good. You didn't waste too much time then sitting inside watching the rain hit the pavement. Good deal. Well, I'm glad you had a chance to get up there and see how they were doing. It sounds like they're doing good. My grandson is in Ethel, Idaho, not too far from Spokane, and he's enjoying it up there. He's just had his new, they just had their new, my latest great-grandson, and my son, Kenny, left this morning to go up. He flew up to see them. He hadn't seen it's his grandson now, and he went up to see them. But Kenny's got an interesting job. He does a lot of his job by remote. He contracts, his talents are in the air conditioning and cooling system, but very sophisticated cooling of all kinds of different weird things that you have to cool. Towers and semiconductors and even AI towers. He'll probably get into that before too long. But anyway, he's doing very well and got a nice contract and 2 or 3 in the wings. So it looks like he's set for the year in terms of financial. But he doesn't have to be there. He does travel back and forth, of course, but that's all part of the package. It's no different than going to work. He drives up 40 minutes up to Spokane, jumps on a plane, and lands in San Jose Airport, and then half hour later he's at his customer's place. So it's almost no biggie, almost like being there. Anyway, good to hear you, Lee, and I'll shoot it back to you, and then you can turn it down to Tom, and we'll get on with that into the Bay Area there. AF6 United, and of course we'll look for you tomorrow night on 432. K6MYC with KW6F.
Yeah, okay. I should be there on 432, and it sounds like your son has a real good kind of situation. My son, one of the reasons that he moved away from here was he works in a sawmill. He's a sawmill maintenance kind of guy, and he was commuting up from our place to Big Creek, which is up the coast. And what would normally take about 30 minutes normal drive time was taking him 2 and 2.5 hours during the normal commute times, and even some of the off times were 1.5 hours to 2 hours, and it was just an unworkable situation. So that's why he took off. And it sounds like, if you could drive for a half an hour, hop on an airplane and be on the airplane for an hour or two, and then get off and go to your customer, that doesn't really sound that stressful, because you could sit in the airplane and take a nap, and that'd be great. Anyway, I'll kick it over to Tom, KW6S from AF6 United. 7-3, everybody.
AF6U, KW6S. Yeah, good to hear you back here, Lee. Yeah, it was a beautiful day here today, and as long as they keep doing like this, I'm going to feel a little better about doing yard work that I don't normally really enjoy that much. had a friend come today, and we loaded up my Jeep for Saturday, and so we should be ready to roll out of here really pretty early Saturday morning, and hopefully we'll be down there before 7:30 or so. Let you get on with things there, Mike. K6MYC, KW6F.
Okay, very good, Tom. And we'll see, of course, tomorrow night before you get on the road. But it sounds like you're all ripping and ready to go. We expect to be there, but I'm looking for a way to get out of going in with Rob. Not that I don't like Rob, but he wants to be there at 8 o'clock. And, boy, we just aren't doing very good getting up that early. It means we have to get on the road about 7, which means we have to wake up about 6. And we're slow moving, and even slower at that hour of the day. So, and we're trying to look for a later ride in, but we'll find something. No worries. Hope to see you there. And I'm going to slide over into the Bay Area. AF6 United and KW6S, K6MYC clear, and going into the Bay Area for Bozo check-ins. Go ahead, please.
111.
111. Good evening, Russ, and welcome back from the big world of Xenia. Tell us all about it. How was the show? Was it up to par, or what was the status?
Oh, yeah, I would say it was up to par. I think they had something like 28,000 people there, but, you know, and, you know, you guys had a nice booth, and I gave Robert an order while we were there, and I checked up on them a couple times a day, make sure they were all standing at attention and helping everybody out. Over.
Yeah, very good. I didn't see it, but Mark, my friend, told me that he saw a video on YouTube as one of the guys was walking around taking an hour-long video of the show. And they passed by the booth, and at that time, Wyatt was the only one there. I guess Robert had gone off to lunch or the bathroom or something. Anyway, I don't know if it was taken just before the show opened or after, but probably early in the opening because it wasn't very busy at that point in time. It takes a while for the crowd to migrate into our part of the stadium, so to speak, or in the rooms. They're different buildings. It's an agricultural facility, so there's a bunch of barns, essentially big metal barns that they can either put animals in, or they could also just clean it up and make it a bunch of booths. So that's what we're in. Anyway. I'm glad you had a good time back there. No trials or tribulations in your travel?
Yeah, okay, well, the good part was my roommate, K6 Bravo, my travel mate, K6 Bravo Victor, won the big radio at the DX dinner on Friday night. Over. Wow.
What was the radio?
Yeah, 7610 ICOM. Over.
Oh, very. Yeah, that's a nice one. A lot of guys have those. They're apparently quite a nice radio.
Yeah, well, that was the excitement for the night. We had to pack it away over to UPS on Sunday and get it shipped home.
Yeah, right. Well, if you got it for free, you can afford the shipping, I guess. All right, very good. You might stay with me. I've got a little noise in your direction, so I might not hear all the check-ins. So let's see how we do.
I'll be here.
Okay, how about it? WB6JNN or anybody else? K6MYC Bozo Net Bay Area?
Yeah, 115 WB6JNN. Juliet Sugar.
Okay, I have WB6JNN. I think I've also got you, John, KB6JSM. Hang on a second. Jim, take a transmission. We had real trouble last night with the 1296 thing. It was every 3 words you were up, next 3 words you were gone. It was just terrible QSB. Okay, WB6JNN, K6MYC in the Bozo Net.
Yeah, okay, very good. And no, it was your noise level was actually going up and down. The noise floor was going up and down. And I think you interpreted that as being a weaker signal, but it wasn't really. I was watching it on the display, and that's what I saw. And with your hearing and the fact that you can't necessarily see the display very well, I think you just missed that. But it's regardless, the signals were not good. They were definitely low, no question about that. But they looked like they were consistent, but the noise floor was going up and down. And it seemed to match the pattern of the fading that you were talking about. Anyway, let's see, I'm 285. I should point that out. Just finished sweeping up the front and getting the garbage to the street and mowing the back lawn, and so I'm tuckered. WB6JNN.
I missed the context of the last one. You said something about 25. I didn't get what that was about.
25, I don't know. Anybody on this end know what I said? Nobody responded, so I just said that I'm tired. That maybe is what you heard. I'm tired because I was out mowing the lawn and getting the garbage to the street and getting the clippings swept up and that kind of thing. Maybe that's what you heard.
Oh, doing weed work and grass work and stuff like I do every day. Yeah, I did a little bit today. I'd only worked about an hour and a half today, but I did get a lot of little cleanup stuff done. I'm still picking up grass. I filled 2 barrels with leads, so I got 2 barrels done today. It's just a little less than I normally do. When they're just weeds, I don't have to cut them. I don't have to do anything. I just rake them from around the yard, and this is just beginnings of raking all the excess out of there, and then I go back and pull them, what's left that didn't come up when I raked, and that is now looking pretty good. I'm working my way over to the, just about got the propane tank cleaned up, all the pine cones picked up, just one thing and another. So busy. Okay, Jim, I got it. I think the word tired was when I translated to 25. I don't know how I got 25 out of tired, but it's sort of close. Anyway, good deal. And thanks for checking in. Of course, see you tomorrow night on 432 from the house. WB6JNN for your final, and then we'll look for others. K6MYC.
Yeah, okay, Mike, very good. No, nothing else really going on around here. I finally had to turn the air conditioner on. It was a little bit warm in here, but not too bad. It's probably going to get turned off in a minute here. So there you go. WFC's in here somewhere, or at least he was, and I think there may be some others. WB6JNN.
Oh, okay, 775 in here. Very good. Let me get him written down and see if I can hear him. And we're also looking for W6PQL, also looking for KB6BA, and anybody else, WB6 WNI as well, Gary, if he's in here, but he usually comes in a little later. Okay, QRZ, Bozo Net, anybody?
QRZ.
I doubled with you. Try it again.
Kilo Bravo 6, Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie 775, over.
Oh, big signal tonight, Mike. That's nice. Good to hear you. 100% copy for a change here. Hi. 75. How's it going over there in Daly City? We were about 90 here today. Were you up to 60?
I think we made it up to 65, but it's 52 and clear right now, so we're doing okay.
Okay. Very good. Well, good to hear you. And I haven't even moved the antenna to peak on you. I think I'll leave it right where it is because you're Q5, and that's important to be Q5. I hope we hear Jimmy here tonight. And I haven't heard Jimmy over there, KF6QCH, forever. And, of course, Vlad is about once a month in here. K6 vodka, please. K6 BBP. Very infrequent lately. Must be very busy. And, of course, KT2G should be in here. There's a big award coming up for him, and I think he's expecting. He went over to get his father in Italy, and I think he should be back by now. Anyway, we'll see who else is in here. QRZ to Bozo Net. Bay Area, please. K6MYC.
W6PQL.
Yeah, good evening, Jim. Good signal. And I haven't tweaked or peaked anything here. Everybody's coming in mostly in the normal directions tonight, over.
Okay, Mike. Yeah, we're in one of those big fades right now, but you'll probably be able to hear me anyway. If not, just hang in there because it'll come back. You were almost S9 about a minute ago when you were talking to the other Mike up there in Daly City. Anyway, it was 81 here today. That's the report from Fremont, K6NYC, W6PQL.
Yeah, I think we were about 91, so I don't know. I never looked at it, but it felt like it was 90. It's probably still in the 80s here in the shack. Pretty warm out here. But luckily I didn't do too much work, and I did work in the shade. So I was lazy boy today. We didn't even get started to go outside. We were busy catching up with political things that were quite relevant. A lot of relevant stuff going on, and a lot of activity of things that are just about to pop for the general public. And we were kind of getting a preview of all that. Anyway, good evening, and well, stick around and we'll see if you can help me with anybody else in there. K6MYC over to W6PQL for your final, and then listening for anybody else. Over.
Okay, Mike. Well, the weather's going to take a turn and get cool over here tomorrow, so it wasn't so warm today that it was going to be uncomfortable. 81 I like. Tomorrow I'll probably have to put on a light jacket or something like that in the morning. All right, 73's W6PQL will be listening.
Okay, anybody else in the Bay Area, please, for check-ins now, K6MYC.
WB6JNZ.
Yeah, good evening, Dane. We got you already checked in because the guy said you were on here earlier. Threw out your call early, just right around the beginning of the net, and I was a little bit late. Anyway, we got you checked in, but how are you doing?
Oh, all is well here. Just playing around and all that. Dan sent me a flyer for the swap meet this Friday or Saturday, so I may see if I can drag him down with me.
Okay. You going to come down to the flea market?
Yeah, I'm thinking about it.
Okay. Well, I'm going to try to find a ride with somebody that doesn't want to be there at 8 o'clock. Rob's going to go in. He's got stuff to sell, and he's got stuff to take down, so he's going to go down early. And we can ride in with Rob, but Judy and I both don't want to get up at 6, so we can be ready to go here at 7 o'clock. Over.
Okay, well, we can definitely swing off the road and pick you up along the way.
Okay, well, that'd be good. Let's do this. Let's if you're getting on here on 4:32 tomorrow night, we can finalize it.
Yeah, that works.
Okay, good deal. We can find probably 2 or 3 rides home, so if you want to leave early or want to stay later than we do while we don't have to worry about that part. But if it works out timing-wise, we're not going to be staying too long, probably through lunch and then get out of there. As most of the time it's pretty much over by that time anyway. Should be a pretty good one, though. A lot of people bringing some very interesting pieces coming in, amplifiers and stuff that have some dollars attached to them, but at least they're good pieces of equipment, and a lot of people probably need things like that. All right, let's see. I haven't heard Dan tonight, but we'll see if there's anybody else in the Bay Area. We're also looking for N5NPD. Brett, are you in here? I think Brett said he was going to be gone for about a week, so I don't expect him, but I thought I'd give him a shot. KB5, KB6BA, K6MYC. How about you, Oliver? Oh, Oliver. WB6WNI, Gary. Okay, I haven't heard KE6QR for quite a while. KE6 Queen Radio. KE6QR up there. Are you up there tonight, Gary? Is there anybody else before I go on up to Oakley? K6MYC Bozo Net. I guess that's it for the Bay Area tonight. I will come back later at the end of the net for late checks and missed. Here we go to Oakley.
Hey, Mike, I think Brett said he was going to visit his mom up in Oregon here, be gone for a week or so.
Yeah, I thought so too.
And my departure time for the swap has got even earlier because Ken needs some help setting up, so I'm probably going to be there at 6:30.
Good for you.
No, not so good. I can't get up too early either. It's going to be a challenge.
It's hell to be retired, isn't it?
Yep. You thought you had no time when you were working. You got less time when you retire.
I hear N1PPP, for heaven's sakes. Good evening, Dave.
Yeah, I just got back from a meeting. How you doing?
And I put you down, and how about Kent? Is he in there too? I'm losing you, but I'm going to put Kent down and assume that he's there as well. 336 and 160 checked in. N1PPP, K6MYC. Thank you, Dave. Okay, and I'm also looking for N6 Radio Oscar, N6RO. Are you here, Ken? N6RO, N6 Romeo, Ontario, Radio Oakley, K6MYC, over.
K6MYC from N6RO, Bozo 835. Temperature range 60 to a high of 89. Didn't quite push that 90 yet. Missed the forecast. Dinner is going to be leftover fish from the last 2 or 3 days. And we're getting ready for the contest, as always. N6RO.
Getting ready for the contest, huh?
Yeah, WPX. 7 operators, 6 stations.
Yeah, very good. Going to be a big operation there, sounds like.
Yeah, it's one of our favorites.
Okay. Well, good luck with it. Hopefully everything holds together and your computers continue to, now that you're all upgraded and everything should be in tip-top shape. Hopefully you don't have any failures.
Yeah, I'm trying to check in 2 nets at once. Timing is everything. Yeah, we're praying for the sun to cooperate. See you tomorrow, N6RO.
Look for you on 432, Ken. Enjoy your used leftover halibut. We had wonderful carne asada. No, it was carnitas tacos tonight. Really, really delicious. 2 little carnitas tacos that were wonderful. And some watermelon. 7-3, Ken. N6 Radio Oscar. Could you hear Dave in Clear Lake? Ken, did you hear Ken N1P? Did you hear Dave N1PPP check in from Clear Lake just before you? Well, I guess I broke. No, I didn't break. Maybe Ken's got a call or something there.
Oh, you're doing fine, Mike. KM6SR.
Yeah, I don't know where he went. Must sound like he was in a hurry to get back and get dinner going. All right, let me go on up to Sacramento.
Whiskey Victor Lima.
Again?
Whiskey Victor Lima. Charlie Mike 97 Modesto.
KD6, KB6, or is it KD or KB? Whiskey Victor Lima. Good evening. John, give me the number again.
Kilo Delta 6 Whiskey Victor Lima. Bozo 1179.
1179. Yeah, you're so loud tonight. I couldn't hear you the other night. Where the damn? I don't know what was going on.
Yeah, there was a lot of noise, so I don't know what's going on. You're sounding good tonight. I'm hearing you all the way around.
Yeah, no, you're very loud. Good. I think it was the other band. Well, it could have been, let's see, Monday night, 6 meters. Did you try to check in? Was it 2 meters or 1296 that I was struggling? Do you have 1296?
Negative. I just have 2 meters and 432. I fixed my 6-meter SWR for one day, and now it's back, so I got to go back on the roof.
Oh, okay. You fixed it. Now it failed again. Now it got it. Okay, well, it must have been 2 meters that you were flaky on the other day, but you're sure good tonight. And we did have another check-in from Modesto yesterday, or, yeah, I think it was yesterday. KJ6OJD, is that right? No, that's not right. That's not right. That's a different one. What the heck is this called? Oh, something. He's in Modesto. And let's see, he gave me his name. I think his name was Brian. Do you know a Brian in Modesto?
No, I don't. I heard somebody on 6 meters. I've been listening a lot, and I didn't recognize the call, but no, I don't know him.
Yeah, it must have been 6 meters that he checked in on. That must have been what it was. I sometimes remember the incident, but I can't remember what band I was on. Anyway, I asked him if he knew you, and he didn't know you either. But since you're both in Modesto and both Bozo members, you're gonna crash into each other here soon. So one of these days you'll be on the same band at the same time. And he sounds like he's maybe you can help him get a little bit more active. You're more active than he is. And sometimes it's also nice to have somebody that can talk about antennas, and because you're local to each other, you can run over if a guy needs a hand with a repair or an upgrade or whatever, and he could help you and you could help him perhaps. So anyway, we'll keep an ear out. This call's got an O in it. I think it's OJ something, but I can't remember. The problem is I've got a friend, KD6OJD, and that's he lives in Coarsegold, and that's Dr. Dan. He's our general practitioner for a lot of us guys around here and in Coarsegold. He's a ham and a good doctor. But that's why I got that call mixed up, and I just can't remember the other one. OJR, I think, was the other one that called in on Monday night. 7-3, John, thanks for checking in. KD6 Whiskey Victor Lima, K6MYC.
7-3, Mike, to you and Judy. Have a good evening. KD6WVO.
Okay, thank you. Now, anybody else while I'm pointed right up the middle of the Sacramento Valley? Nothing heard. Let's go to Sacramento. Here we are towards Sacramento. KJ6 KFB, K6MYC. How about you, Darren?
Golf, Yankee.
Roger.
Good evening, Mike. Kilo Juliet 6, Kilo Foxtrot Bravo. Boy, bad conditions still fading away, but we heard you in there.
Yeah, really fluttery and all chopped up, but it's probably because I'm not quite pointed at you, Darren. KJ6 Whiskey Foxtrot. No, KJ6. No, for heaven's sake. Forgot the call. Got too many calls that are very close together there. KJ6 Whiskey Fox. No, Oscar. No. What the heck is it? Say it again, Darren.
Kilo Juliet 6, Kilo Foxtrot Bravo 756.
Yeah, Kilo Juliet 6, Kilo Foxtrot Bravo. That's what it is. I started with the wrong letter and it got me all tangled up. KJ6 KFB K6MYC. Good evening. A lot of flutter. Any luck with the parts you're waiting for the 222 thing? Over.
No, still in the waiting game. I would hope the next couple of days something shows up here. But yeah, just hanging out waiting and working away. What can I say? The boss is driving me crazy.
Well, good for her. All right, 7-3, and we'll pick up Phil here from Twain Harte. Thank you, Darren. The KJ6 KFB. Over to WB6GGY. Good evening, Phil. K6MYC.
Good evening there, Mike. The Bozo 884, WB6GGY. Bozo 884. Good evening, and thank you for you guys are having cooling up there. We're at a high today of 79 degrees. 79 degrees here. Back to you there, Mike.
Well, I made a mistake, Phil. I pushed the wrong button, and I got the antenna off of you, so I missed all of that. Hang on a second. Should be back to a close. Try it again, Phil. I pushed the automatic button and the rotor took off in a direction that I didn't predict. Hi. WB6GGY. Try it again. K6MYC.
K6MYC. WB6GGY. Bozo 884. Very good, Mike. And I say again, I hope it's cooling down there for you. We had 79 degrees here. It was 79 degrees, so a nice day up here on the hill. So back to you there, Mike. K6MYC, WB6GGY, over.
Yeah, okay, fine, Phil. 79 degrees, nice day. Sounds beautiful. Well, tomorrow I won't be here. I will be here on 432, of course, but you won't be checking in here. So we'll look for you Friday morning on 40 meters. But I will not be on in the morning on 40. I got to get going too quickly. I'll be out of here by 9 o'clock or earlier. So 73s for now, and have a good one. And I wonder if did you receive the blog that Judy sent you on And We Know, Phil, over?
We looked for it, but as of yet, Barbara says she has not found it. So as of yet, she says she has not found it. But we'll take another look here in a little bit. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, I'll be darned. I'll make sure that Judy sent it. She sent the same one to Bob, and he got it. But then I went in and told her to send it to you, so she knew where it was and how it was, but she was fussing around with email addresses, and maybe she sent it to the wrong email address or something, over.
Roger. Hey, that happens. There's a big void out there. There's a big hole in that web. Okay, real good, Mike. We'll talk to you later. Have a great evening. You and Judy have a great evening there, and we'll talk to you later. WB6GGY.
Yeah, give me your email address. I'll try to remember it.
Yeah, it's PF, as in Philip Fish, PFWB6GGY at mload.com. Mload.com, as in mother load. Go ahead, over.
I got it. I remember it now. PFWB6GGY at mload.com. Is it .com or .net?
.com.
Okay, .com. Okay, we got it. If she has it or anything close to that, well, it'll come to mind. I know that she has it somewhere, but maybe she couldn't find it when all was said and done. Anyway, it's something you should watch, and maybe we'll find one or two others that would be interesting also. All right, 7-3, Phil. Good evening to you.
Okay, 7-3, my friend. We'll look for you later. 7-3. You and Judy have a good evening. WB6GGY will be clear.
Okay, thanks, Phil. Judy just walked in, so if you want to hold a second, I'll ask her if that email address rings a bell.
Standing by.
Okay. Okay. We're not sure, but we'll send it again in a little while tonight or tomorrow morning, Phil. So we'll get it there for sure. I got everything now. Go ahead.
Roger. Okay, thank you, Mike. We sure appreciate it. And thank you there, Judy. WB6GGY 7373.
73. Okay, let's go for KO6KD. Bill, I wonder if you're there. KO6KD, K6MYC.
Yeah, good evening, Mike, and the group, the net, KO6KD, Kilo Oscar 6 Kilo Delta, Bozo 776. Just listening to the signals go up and down and up and down. How are you tonight?
Wow, you just faded right out at the end. What was the last comment?
Just nothing. I was just saying, just normal gratuities and salutations, saying hello, and that the beat that the band is going up and down. I've been listening for some time here, watching. You were over S a few moments ago, and now you're down below where you can't hear me. So it's the band. But anyway, I'm here. Thank you, and 7-3, have a good evening.
There you are. Now you're back up again. I don't know what happened. You just fade right down to nothing. Are you losing power, or is it just the band?
It's got to be the band. I don't know. I've been listening for the last 45 minutes or so, and there's times I hear you really great, and then other times you drop back way down, and so it's just the band from that, I suppose.
Yep, it's back down again. But we got everything that time. Okay. Well, we won't see you in the morning, of course, but Phil may be here. You and Phil will have to hold down the fort tomorrow, and we'll see you tomorrow night on 432, Bill. 7-3 for now. We got your 776 all okay. Now let's see if John is in there. KR6MR, KR6MR, K6MYC. How about it, John? I don't hear John. KR6MR, K6MYC. Any word on John? Have you talked to him, Bill?
Negative. I've not been over on Simplex. Haven't talked to anybody today.
Okay. I wonder if Aaron, Aaron, are you hearing me? Do you know if John is in here tonight? Over?
Nope, didn't hear from John.
Give us that response again. Have you heard from John or not? Roger, if you've talked to John. Over.
Negative. TJ6, DFB.
Okay, negative. Got it. Okay. Very good. So no John tonight so far. All right. Well, I'm pointed about right for Reading, so... Okay, let's try for Reading. Let's see if we got any propagation to Reading over the top of the signals from Sacramento that are missing. Reading, Charlie November 80. Reading, Charlie November 80, KD6 Sugar Whiskey, KD6 Scotch Whiskey, or Kilo Oscar 6 Hot Sugar. KO6HS, either one of you, K6MYC, over. Try it again, very weak. We're not sure who's in there, KD6SW or KO6HS. Try it again.
Yeah, KD6SW, KD6 shortwave in Reading, number 145.
we got you 145 that time. You came back up out of the noise there.
Move your chair.
What?
Do not move your chair.
Yeah, I know. Okay, let's see. Rich, I wonder if Jerry's in there tonight. KO6HS, KO6HS, K6MYC, Kilo 6 Mike, Yankee Charlie for Jerry, KO6HS. Jerry, are you there? Boy, I'm not hearing anything from Jerry. If you're there copying me, Rich, give me Rogers. Give me Rogers if Rich is there. I mean, if Jerry is there. KD6SW, K6MYC, over. Okay. Well, I'm not hearing anything from Jerry. 73's Rich. I'll come back from Nevada, and we'll try one more time coming back from Nevada. KD6SW and perhaps KO6HS. K6MYC. Well, we got
Big skunk.
Are they fighting now?
No.
Oh, are they just talking to each other out there?
No. One.
Oh, just one, but he's making noise.
He's moving the dish.
Oh, is he moving the dish? Okay, we got skunk visitors again here. Okay, anybody else before I go toward Nevada from Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie toward Sacramento Valley? Okay, nothing heard. I'm going to go to Nevada. Here we go. Here we are up toward Nevada. KE7UQL, KE7UQL, K6MYC. Daniel?
Here is 272. This is KE7UQL, over.
Big booming signal. It's funny, we have such weak signals from Redding, right down the valley, and you're up in the mountains behind the hills and everything, and we get big signals from you guys. Good to hear you, Daniel. Big signal. And you might comment on who else you have heard in here, over.
Okay, first let me thank you for that great 1296 contact yesterday. It was such a joy to have such a good contact on the very first try, over.
Yeah, no, that was wonderful. Yeah, you were solid from start to finish. I mean, I might have missed the odd word, but it was mostly because I didn't have my Bluetooth in. But no, it was really, really good copy on 1296. Unusual because we usually have a lot of QSB on that band, as you recall. You're up and you're down, and we have to wait 5 and 10 minutes sometimes for a signal to come out of the noise. So it's kind of an outstanding conditions and a good contact. Anyway, have you heard Larry or Richard tonight?
Negative, but I haven't had the radio on that long. I've been on the live stream, over.
Okay, very good. Well, we'll take a standby for Richard here, and perhaps Richard usually checks in on CW, but I didn't hear him. And I haven't heard. Well, Larry was in last night. He's been real consistent the last 2 nights, so you never know about Larry. Not the last 2 nights, but Sunday night and Monday night he was in. Okay, KD6BQ. How about you, Richard? KD6BQ, K6MYC.
Yeah, good evening, Mike. K6MYC, KD6BQ, number 249, over.
Yeah, booming signal, like you're stronger than Daniel, but that's understandable. 249. And big signal. 432, or what was it, 12? No, what was it? You went in and out. Oh, I guess it was 6 meters. You were really strong for a while, and then you finished up on CW pretty weak, but we had you. Back to you, KD6BQ. And I guess we won't be hearing anything from Eric up there for a week or so. I think you said he was gone for a week. At KN7 Victor Alpha Zulu, I think it is. And well, I'll take a standby and see if Larry or Stan is in here tonight. KD6BQ, K6MYC.
Yeah, K6MYC, KD6BQ. Yeah, Eric sent me an email saying he would be gone this week and next week. He may be in on Sunday night in between trips, so he might be worth checking for him Sunday night, but not tonight. Haven't heard Larry on this evening, but I was late getting here. I didn't check in early on CW either because I was out mowing the grass out behind the house. I finally broke down and got a new lawn tractor, and I was out there trying it out, mowing down I had waist-high grass out there. I needed to do something. K6MYC, KD6BQ, over.
Okay, very good. Fine on the tractor work. Yeah, boy, everybody's having to cut the weeds or the logs down. My weeds are the size of trees now. I got oats that are 6 to 7, 8 feet high, over.
It's amazing how fast the weeds grow compared to grass or anything else that you want to grow.
That's for sure. Okay, let's see if I hear anything from Stan. Stan, I'm not pointed at you, but you should be able to hear me. I'll swing your way if you pop in. K7 Sierra Uniform November, K6MYC, over. Okay, nothing heard from Stan. Is the skunk back? And they're going to go nose to nose, are they? Our cat is walking out to check what the skunk ate. They're friends, I guess, but they don't get closer than a couple of feet from each other.
As long as they're facing each other.
Yeah, as long as you're facing a skunk, you're okay. That's my theory. If he turns you away and you don't see his face anymore, you better move. KD6BQ, 73, Richard. And, well, listen for Larry briefly. I don't think he's in there. N7 Whiskey Tango. Larry, are you here? Normally when he's in here, he pops in. Okay, take care. We'll see you tomorrow night on 432, Richard and Daniel. KE7UQL and KD6BQ, K6MYC, clear and going back to Redding first and then the Bay Area.
K6MYC, KE7UQL. Mike, I have a tooth implant story.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, this is KE7UQL. I'm talking to the oral surgeon, and he's telling me about the tooth socket, and he's telling me about the bone graft. So I asked him, where do you get the bone graft from? He says a cadaver. So I said, forget it. I don't want the implant.
You don't want dead bones in you, huh?
That's right. I don't need somebody else's bones in my head. Over.
Okay. It doesn't matter. They could put a steel plate in there. It wouldn't make any difference.
I think I'd like it. Even a piece of plexiglass. Over.
There you go. So you can look in and see the gears moving.
Okay. So that's my story. And we'll look for you tomorrow. KE7UQL 73.
What are you doing putting bone grafts in your skull? I don't know what would be, why do you need anything like that? Why do you need that?
Well, he was also talking about the sinus bump, so the implant doesn't break through into the sinus cavity.
Oh, in the sinus cavity, I see. Okay.
Enough gory details. We'll see you tomorrow. KE7UQL 73.
Yeah, we can do without those gory details. That's Daniel, 272. You got him. All right, 7-3, guys. I'm going back to Redding. It did. Reading again here. Reading. K6MYC Bozo Net, looking for KO6HS, and or KD6 Sugar Whiskey, K6MYC. Reading. Go ahead.
Much better signal now, Mike. 86 Shopping Wet. Jerry, are you on board? He must have a good movie going on TV.
Yeah, it must be. Hey, I don't hear him, so we'll let it go for tonight. But you're booming in there now. Great signal. And good to hear you. I missed you on Monday night. I don't know whether we just missed you or what.
Who is it?
That's all right. We got him. That's 145. That's Rich, 145 in Reading. I don't know whether we just missed you or we didn't hear it. We had pretty poor conditions on 6 meters on Monday. Over.
I tried calling you numerous times, Mike, whenever I could hear you. You were in and out. The QSB was something awful, but I called you quite a few times, but no luck. Over.
Yeah, and I'm really tuned into CW. If I hear even the slightest trace of CW, I'm usually awake. So obviously we didn't get you. I'm sorry about that, but thanks for the effort. Thanks for trying there. If you have the 432 running, you might try that tomorrow night. We'll be up your way, probably around about 8 o'clock or so. 7-3, Rich, and thanks again. KD6 Sugar Whiskey, K6MYC. It was about 90 here today.
Yeah, that was the same as here, Mike, 90 degrees. Yes, I will give 432 a try also and see if I can make it. That would be nice. 7-3, KD6 Shopping Wet.
Okay, well, we got our fingers crossed and we'll give it a whirl. I've got 800 watts and 2 long 40-foot Yagis. Over.
Well, I got a whopping 75 watts out of my the 9700 here, so I try not to burn up my antennas, I got air-cooled antennas up there.
Yeah, well, we'll do the best we can. Now, hopefully we'll have better propagation. The wind's going away now, so we may have some tropo starting to show back in here. 7-3, and give my best to Jerry when he pops in here. 7-3, I'm going back to the Bay Area, K6MYC.
So long, Mike. Good to hear you. Nice, strong signal for a change. Keep up the good work. KD6SW. KD6, so what?
So what? 7-3, so what? Okay, Bay Area, Bozo Net, late checks and missed. Anybody can copy. I'll try to wiggle and get the antenna on you, but I'm sort of in the middle of the Bay Area there. K6MYC, 2-meter Bozo Net, Bay Area, late checks and missed. Anybody?
At least one person. This is Whiskey Bravo 6, Whiskey November India, 1090.
Yeah, good evening, Gary. 1090. Gotcha. Good strong signal tonight. Over.
Oh, and likewise on your end, you're over S9, slightly over S9, very loud. Conditions are great. Just about ready to fit. I mean, almost done with dinner. It was a late night, but we had beautiful weather down here, and yeah. So I guess I would say that we're looking forward to 432 tomorrow.
Yeah, we are too. We hope they'll have good conditions here and maybe a little better tropo like tonight. 2-meter signals have been generally pretty good overall. So there you go. It was about 90 here today, and it's going to be maybe a little cooler tomorrow. I guess you guys are cooling off faster than we are. Over.
Yeah, I actually don't know when it hit because the last time I looked, it was only 80, and it could have gone up a little bit more afterwards. But yes, we get a breeze coming through here that actually can be quite cold, and so sometimes the nights can be quite different from the daytime.
Yeah, I know how that is. Sometimes you get the offshore breeze that brings in the fog from Daly City, and boy, oh boy, and Santa Cruz, it can get cold. comes over the hills at Stanford. We used to watch it come over. I used to work at Stanford University, and we'd see it come over the hill at the end of the day. Here comes the fog over the top of the mountain, over the Santa Cruz Mountains there. All right, Gary, thanks for checking in, 7-3, and we'll see you tomorrow night on 432. WB6WNI, San Jose, Campbell, K6MYC.
Oh, very good, Mike. I'll say 73 as well and finish up with a little bit is left. Talk with you tomorrow, K6MYC, WB679.
Bye-bye. You sound like you're a little stuffed up yet, but looks like you're getting over it.
Oh, allergies.
Oh, allergies. Do you know what Claritin is?
Yeah, that's despite me taking Claritin. No, I've actually, Mike, I've been on allergy medication since I was in grammar school, and it's gotten better, but yeah, this is even with Claritin. I'm out in the yard working too, so that sure doesn't help.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm sorry about the allergies. I have them lately here, but luckily I can live almost continually without Claritin. I took one Claritin pill since so far this spring. Over.
Oh, you're lucky. I take them every day. Anyway, yeah, so anyway, that's just the way it goes, as they say. Anyway, Mike, 73, K6MYC, WB679, and we'll talk with you tomorrow.
Yeah, 7-3, Gary. K6MYC, Bozo Net. Anybody else, late checks or missed before we go down to Porterville? Okay, heading... Okay, I'm going back to, Rob, I'm going to go down to Porterville in that area.
Roger.
Okay, KE6BK. How about you, Eddie? KE6BK in Porterville area? KE6BK or anybody down south in the South San Joaquin Valley? This is Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie, also keeping an ear out for N6SWR and KB6RQU. KE6BK or anybody, K6MYC in the group standing by. Nothing heard. Anything down that way, Rob?
Yeah, I don't either, except for some kind of crazy whining noise.
Well, I hear that too. I wondered what that was. I didn't know whether it was in my shack or what. Some little thing transmitting here with funny sounds. Sounds like somebody running a windmill with a squeaky joint.
Yeah, it's gone down a bit now, but that's what it sounded like.
I'm lucky tonight. By golly, my noise went away. My inverter noise went away tonight. It was in there earlier, but all of a sudden it's gone. If it's there, it's so slight I can't hear it with the blanker on. So I've got a pretty good noise-free evening here. It's a pleasure.
Yeah, take advantage of it while you can, huh? That guy you were talking about up in Modesto, that was Brian that you're trying to think of, K6 OJM.
OJM, yeah, I knew it was a OJ something. Get him mixed up with Dr. Dan, OJD.
Yep, and it's good to get both those together even if they're in the same town.
Yeah, well, that and KD6 Whiskey Victor Lima, they're both in Modesto. They'd think that they would have run across each other. But, of course, sometimes if you're on VHF, you don't run into the other guys, particularly if you're not in the same mode.
Yep, I've never been much on HF yet, so that's me.
Well, you checked in on 10 meters, so you're on there, but you're not a big gun and really active on 40. You will be one of these days. You'll like it.
Yeah, I've got a lot of other priorities before that I got to get working on.
Well, I know that, but from a standpoint of just function and not antennas and all that stuff, but just function on those bands, they're enjoyable, and you meet a little different crowd. They talk a little different mentality. I think we're done. What did you get, Judy? 43?
How about 34?
Yeah, it could be. It's a very light night.
Even with Eli checking in, that didn't bring it up?
Yeah, you tried. Oh, we only got 29. Well, you may have missed some of the ones that I got everybody on my list, but then when you came in, I stopped writing them down, so.
Yeah, Ken, I got Eli in there. I remember his Bozo's number. It used to be mine.
Oh, okay. How did it get changed?
Well, I think a guy left. I think TQL left 107. Dane moved from 432 to 107, and I picked up 432.
Yeah, I still have issues with that.
Yeah, I know, but I was trying to get a number that's easy to remember, and 432 being the band is easy for me to remember.
Oh, I see. So lack of memory did it. All right.
Yeah, us old codgers, you know, we got to think about that stuff.
Okay, well, you send us your list in the morning. You're way out ahead of us, so you must have stuff. I don't think we've got anything that you don't have, so send your list and we'll update ours. Thanks, Rob.
Okay, Mike. I might have missed a couple around the 10-meter net there over in the Bay Area and stuff, but I think I got them.
Yeah, no, we were pretty slow in there. I dragged my feet when I was talking to Santa Cruz and Lee over there in Watsonville. We spent 10, 15 minutes there, so we didn't really pick up anybody new. The next one after that was 111, and then 285, Jim. So if you got those, you got them all.
Yep, I got them. And then after that was John, 1192.
Yep.
There's that windmill noise again.
Yeah, Mike, that noise you're hearing is very wide banded. I opened up to your scope and it's filling up the whole band. It's really weird.
It sounds like FT8 a little bit. It's a shifting frequency about 10 cycles, if my ears are telling me the truth.
Well, in your pass band right now, you got like 3 or 4 different lines, so you're hearing different frequencies there. Of course, I can. Let me see if the mouse will work here. Come on. I mean, I can notch. There we go. So I can notch one of them out, but of course it's not going to make it complete. And of course, the second I do that, it goes away. That's weird.
Of course. Okay. Just a second. We got to sort out 1192. We don't know who that is, Rob.
Oh, that's John, KB6JSM.
Oh, okay. That's why Judy doesn't have him, because I was going to have somebody else pick him up. I thought I heard him in there, but I only got one letter. I got Sugar Mike, and I assumed it was John, but boy, he was terribly weak tonight.
Well, you want me to keep him on the list?
Oh, yeah, he was in there. I heard him. I just didn't get much of him, and then I forgot him.
Okay.
You don't suppose that was coming out of my radio? I've never heard it before, Aaron.
Yeah, it was interesting. Yeah, I wasn't hearing it down here, so something local to you. And as you were sweeping your antenna around to the south, it came up and then went back down. So it definitely wasn't as strong as it was just then, but then whatever it was shut off. So I don't know if it's a motor or, I don't know, somebody was parked out in front of your house with a noisy engine. I don't know.
Yeah, I heard it too, Aaron. KM6SR.
Yeah, well, if you heard it there, I wouldn't have had it. It wouldn't be in my radio. Okay. Very good. I'm out of here, guys. We're going to go in and rest. And we had a long day of heat and blogs.
Well, have a good evening, you two. WA60IB, Northern Clovis.
Good evening, Ken, and thanks to Eli for checking in with his 745 there. It threw me because he doesn't check in that often, so it's a number that I don't remember.
Right, yeah. Well, he gets over here from time to time. When he is on Wednesday, he remembers it and he wanted to check in.
Oh, that's good. That's wonderful. You got him trained right.
we just gotta beat up on his mom. let us put some antennas up at the place.
Okay, one of these days. Okay. We got phone messages coming in here. We're kind of distracted, but 7-3's all. 73's to you, Aaron, and we'll see you guys tomorrow night at 4:32. K6MYC closing the 2-meter Northern California Bozo Net. K6MYC Delta Mike 07 Central California is clear.
Good night, Mike. Good night, Judy. Good night, Ken, and good night, Rob. K6USY Delta Mike 06.
Good night, Aaron.
Good night, Aaron.
Good night, all. Aaron and Ken, K6USY, WA6OIB, and anybody else listening, KM6SR going that way. Oh, Mike, if you're still there, I just realized that tomorrow is the 4th Thursday, so I might have an Aries meeting tomorrow night. Over.
Okay. We can handle it.
How's Judy coming with a computer? Is she ready to take over on Tuesdays and Thursdays?
She's working on it. She's just buried right now. She's catching up with a lot of stuff that she's behind on, personal stuff and also some of my stuff. Over.
Okay. We'll have to wait then, of course. 73, everyone.
Thank you, Rob.
The log tomorrow. So I got you covered, Rob.
Okay, thanks, Aaron. K6USY, KM6SRR.
Good night, everybody on YouTube. We're going to cut you loose. K6USY.